But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Free, walking the streets, walking to a party, standing in there, it's Puffy, Dre, Snoop. What do you say?
First of all, you know I don't go to those type of parties.
I have no fear. I have no fear. And these represent a threat.
Hey Dave, you think it's too early to make jokes about Diddy? You like that? Come on, crack one of him.
Ever wondered what really happens behind the velvet ropes at Diddy's infamous parties? While some celebs seem to revel in the chaos, others have stood up or stayed away, raising some serious eyebrows.
And these represent a threat. Because I worked too hard on this.
Remember when 50 Cent and Dave Chappelle, two legends who definitely know how to make noise, did they ever confront Diddy about what really goes down behind those closed doors?
Like, yo, it's like, yo, so yo, when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we can just hang out. We gotta kick it.
This is
Paul,
okay.
You telling me we gotta kick it and shit? Yo, why don't we like go shopping and shit? I mean, like, I pay for it.
It's 100% Cambodian, yeah. It's the real shit.
And what about Eminem and Tupac? Did they just roll up? Or did they get out early before things got too crazy?
You little groupie, get off, go puffy. I'm like an R-A-P-E-R, got so many essays.
We not making it in the business because of these guys. This is why we not doing nothing, because of these guys. So the East Coast really not hating us, really not knowing nothing about us, but just listening to their supposed to be leader.
Then there are the big guns like Suge Knight, who's not exactly known for backing down from a challenge. Did he have something to say about Diddy's infamous guest list?
No, I don't go to those kind of parties. I'm straight.
And let's not forget that icons like Samuel L. Jackson on a live show revealed something very unusual to his wife.
I do remember you having some invitations in your hand and saying this is when this is happening.
No, that's not what happened.
What kind of invitations really did they turn down? Or did they wish they had after a night of questionable choices? Samuel confessed during his appearance on the Jennifer Hudson show that he can't actually remember how he proposed to his wife LaTanya Richardson because in his own words, he was on D's at the time. He was asked about how he popped the big question. Jackson, keeping it real, shared his version of events. I came home one day and she already had these invitations printed out. She handed me a stack and said, "Be here." So was he talking about Diddy's parties? You never know. And then Morgan Freeman, who straightforwardly admitted that he would never be at Diddy parties.
I get to look at you and drool.
And what about Katt Williams? Is he the kind of guy who'd just laugh it off, or did he get into some awkward situations at Diddy's parties?
Crying, keep on sobbing. Ask me any question, my head'll keep on popping. You think I'm saying yes for the first few seconds.
So what's the real story? Were these celebs just playing the game, or did they see something that made them think twice? Let's find out. For over 30 years, Diddy has been one of the biggest names in hip-hop, always surrounded by a crew of A-list friends like Jennifer Lopez and Jay-Z. But now, with Diddy facing serious criminal charges, including accusations of and women at his infamous freak-offs, his star-studded circle is feeling the heat. Combs, who's denied the allegations and pleaded not guilty, is currently being held without bail in a Brooklyn jail. And while he's dealing with the fallout, some of his celebrity buddies who may have once partied with him are now trying to quietly distance themselves from the whole mess.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed.
And the first one we have is Dave Chappelle. In the early 2000s, reality TV was still figuring out what it wanted to be. It wasn't the wild anything-goes landscape we see today. It was fresh, uncharted territory. Enter Sean Combs with his show Making the Band on MTV.
I don't say your name, that means you are going home and hopefully you will continue pursuing your dream.
The show was an instant hit, giving fans a front row seat to the process of creating a supergroup. People were hooked on watching the crazy things Diddy made his trainees do to come together as a band. The challenges seemed ridiculous, and honestly, they were. but Diddy swore they were essential for becoming a true artist and everyone bought into it. But times have changed, and so has the way people view the behind-the-scenes reality of making the band. What seemed like entertainment back then has taken on a much darker tone in recent years.
Congratulations, y'all made it inside the house. You did good. All right, this is what's up. You can live here, you can record here.
Diddy's been all over the headlines lately after a bombshell lawsuit was filed by singer and ex-girlfriend Cassie, and things escalated when he got arrested. According to the lawsuit, Diddy G-ed Cassie early in their relationship, which led to years of intense physical and mental abuse during their 13-year run. The allegations were so heavy that the paperwork even included a trigger warning. Cassie's brave move sparked a wave of support from other artists and former lovers of Diddy, with many sharing their own stories about his alleged bad behavior. Even though the case was settled in just 24 hours, the situation has left fans and musicians looking back at Diddy's career as a producer, questioning some of the shady stuff he's been accused of over the years.
She alleges that, Diddy, he'll make her look online for BBCs for their freako sessions. And she say that, in this lawsuit that, Diddy, he enjoyed.
Making the Band was a pop culture hit, so much so that it got parodied on Chappelle's show, with Dave Chappelle hilariously playing Diddy. The sketch was funny, but honestly, it wasn't too far from reality. One of the most iconic moments from Making the Band 2 was when Diddy told the members of Day Band, Sarah Stokes, Babs, Dylan, Chopper, Freddie P, and Ness, to walk all the way to Junior's to get him a slice of cheesecake. The catch? They couldn't take a car, taxi, or even public transportation. They had to walk over 5 miles in the middle of the night just for the snack. It was a wild moment, but Diddy defended it, saying, "It's not about me trying to do some mean-spirited hazing. There's a bigger picture. In the music world, I gotta get up every day and do a bunch of I don't wanna do." And sure, there might be some truth to Diddy's claim about doing things you don't want to in the music industry. But let's be real. No artist is forced to walk over 5 miles to fetch their producer a slice of cheesecake. Despite all the wild challenges Diddy put Da Band through in the name of fame, the group ended up disbanding in the finale anyway. The Cheesecake Run was just one of many random, over-the-top tasks Diddy made his hopeful stars endure in Making the Band 4. He pushed things even further by having the young men in his R&B group compete in a sing-off that felt awkward for both the performers and the viewers. It was uncomfortable, to say the least.
Fam, Puffy just told us to go to the store in Brooklyn and bring him back a cheesecake and walk.
In Making the Band 3, Diddy formed the multicultural girl group Danity Kane. But things behind the scenes weren't as glamorous as they seemed. In a 2018 interview with HuffPost, Danity Kane members Aubrey O'Day, Shannon Bex, and Don Richard opened up about their experiences working with Diddy. Don shared, "It gave him an excuse. It was to let you know, this is my show, this is my S, and I want to prove to you that it's my S, and I'm going to show you how much power I have over you by saying I'm going to control your lives." She added that it was much bigger than just the show, noting how extremely it felt. Aubrey O'Day and Diddy butt heads often, with her behavior being portrayed as bratty and diva-ish. She was unceremoniously fired by Diddy on the show due to her rebellious behavior. In the interview, she shared that she felt that Diddy did not like being challenged, especially by women. Aubrey said, "Puff plays one of the dirtiest games there is around, and that's what we were exposed to at 17 years old. So it seems like Dave already knew what Diddy had been up to and he may have warned us about him." Then we have Eminem. Eminem is getting a lot of attention online after one of his fiery lyrics from the song Fuel resurfaced following Diddy's recent arrest. Fans are now saying they've finally caught on to the deeper meaning of one of Eminem's verses, especially in light of the shocking charges against Sean Combs involving multiple crimes. Music lovers are claiming that M's lyrics, which dropped back in July, were actually a warning about Diddy's alleged behavior. Known for his wordplay, Eminem skillfully filled his verse with double meanings, making some lines hit differently now that the news is out. It seems like there was more to those lyrics than anyone initially realized. Eminem sets up the verse by playing on the word essay. He first spells out the word rapper, but intentionally leaves out one P, so it spells arper instead. But it's what comes next that really blew fans away. He flips the word essay again, this time using EC as a nod to West Coast slang, where EC means friend in Spanish. Then he gives it another twist, using SA, an acronym commonly used online to stand for SA.
You little groupie, get off, Puffy. I'm like an R-A-P-E-R. Got so many essays.
The final punch? The verse builds up to the line, "Wait, he didn't spell the word rapper and leave out a P, did he?" Fans were quick to realize that "leave out a P, did he?" doubles as a reference to P. Diddy himself. This clever wordplay left listeners amazed, with many pointing out that Eminem had been hinting at Diddy's alleged behavior long before the recent news broke. Fans are now buzzing about how Eminem may have been trying to tell them something all along.
Diddy, yep, R.I.P. rest in peace. Biggie and Pac, both of y'all shit.
In the same song, M also talked about Tupac and Biggie. So what it has to do with Tupac? Well, Tupac when he was alive was very vocal about Diddy, and to be very honest, it wasn't some good words. According to some reports, Tupac once gave an interview where he apparently talked about Quincy Jones's alleged essay. It was a moment of vulnerability that illuminated a side of the Black Godfather that had been shrouded in secrecy for too long.
Come on, man. Look what type of you gonna let these little geek-ass white boys feel on you like that?
In a rare revelation about the music industry's inner workings, Keisha Cole disclosed a startling plan of the late Tupac. Before his untimely demise in 1996, Tupac had secret intentions to part ways with Death Row Records and embark on a new musical journey under Quincy Jones's prestigious label.
It was just weird though, because like the night that he was saying he wanted me to work with him when we get back to LA, it seemed like he was talking like he knew he wasn't gonna make it.
Cole's introduction to Death Row came through MC Hammer, leading to her meeting with Tupac and Suge Knight, the label's co-founder. The scene was set for a momentous encounter during the weekend of Mike Tyson's infamous Vegas fight, coinciding with the tragic night of Tupac's shooting. Not only Cole, but also Tupac's fiancée, Kidada Jones, and Cole's brother, a rapper from the Outlaws, found themselves intertwined in this tumultuous narrative while being in town. Cole recounted the intimate conversation she had with Tupac during those crucial moments. "He wanted to sign me to Quincy when he was with Kidada, Quincy's daughter," she revealed, her voice filled with emotion. "He was gonna leave Death Row and go to sign with Quincy. He wanted me to go over there because he said that Death Row was not the place for kids." Quincy Jones and Diddy have been known to have a close relationship, which has led some fans to start connecting the dots between them. There's a belief among some that Quincy might have indirectly introduced his daughter to Diddy through Tupac, as he could have made them attend certain parties together. However, it's important to remember that Tupac wasn't exactly a fan of Diddy. He openly criticized Diddy and spoke about his alleged involvement in various shady activities, including the infamous shooting that left him injured in 1994. Tupac's feelings towards Diddy were pretty clear, and he didn't hold back in calling him out for what he saw as manipulative behavior.
So, okay, you want to see some macho? I'm the most macho. I'm the most, I thought you knew. I'm the most thuggest out here.
But this is not the first time Tupac expressed his frustration on Quincy about his nasty actions. Back in the day, in an interview, Tupac lashed out on a lot of associates and made some daring remarks about them.
When I was shot 5 times in jail for a crime I didn't commit, while every other black person, I mean whoever they was f***ing babies in the
It's plausible that he was hinting at Quincy Jones as someone who influenced others to align with his tastes. This notion gains credence when you take into account the intimate connection between Tupac and Quincy during Tupac's career. Quincy could have perceived this closeness as a chance to sway Tupac in his direction. Their relationship had deepened to such an extent that there were rumors of Tupac contemplating a departure from his record label, Death Row Records, in favor of joining Quincy's label.
Just remember that right here, I could have been doing something with a lot of curses in it, and I wouldn't have rhymed with online vibes to the last word. It'd have been a whole bunch of rockers.
So maybe all this frustration was because of Diddy? The idea that Quincy could have played a role in connecting his daughter to someone Tupac had serious issues with adds an intriguing twist to the whole story. As fans dig deeper into these connections, the history between these figures only becomes more complicated, especially in light of the recent allegations against Diddy. The public has kept its eyes on the matter from the very beginning. One person wrote, "I remember those Pac interviews were all over the internet around the time when they said he was coming back. I heard that interview myself when the Illuminati movement was strong. When he didn't return, those interviews started disappearing." Another commented, "Tupac said he went to a party with Dr. Dre at Quincy House and Quincy hit on him. He told Quincy he wouldn't go that way. Tupac said he was so appalled with Quincy he had to have his daughter and he started dating her after that. It was a smack in the face to Quincy and Tupac knew it would be. I heard that tape years ago. I don't think Tupac loved Kadada at all. And to heat things up even more, there has been a recent resurgence of Suge Knight's old comments, as Diddy faces shocking allegations of ST and alleged transportation for prostitution. Social media has been buzzing with speculation surrounding Knight's past remarks about partying with the infamous rapper.
Where you walk in the streets, you walk into a party, standing in there is Puffy, Dre, Snoop.
Right.
What do you say?
First of all, you know I don't go to those type of parties. You know, I'm straight.
According to a resurfaced video, Suge Knight can be heard dismissing his attendance at Diddy's infamous parties alongside Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Surprisingly, while the old video seemingly hinted at Knight's personal preference of refusing to party with 3 men, in recent times, fans' eagerness to connect the dots made them suggest that perhaps Knight was dropping veiled warnings long before the storm hit.
Now, if you want to say I go there and it's a regular club with all the women and they happen to be there, it's possible we might run across each other.
Morgan Freeman has been a target of some pretty wild false accusations over the years, some of them really serious. But the guy has never been convicted of anything, so when you think about it, it's safe to say he would never step foot in one of Diddy's parties, right? We all know the kind of drama that goes down there.
I get to look at you and drool.
Freeman's got this whole vibe of professionalism and integrity, and the last thing he needs is to get mixed up in all the chaos surrounding Diddy lately. With all the allegations flying around, you can bet he wants nothing to do with that scene. It just wouldn't fit with the kind of person he is. Plus, who wants that kind of reputation? Yeah, we can totally see him keeping his distance. And then Katt Williams, who has always been vocal about Diddy publicly. During an open conversation with Vlad TV, Williams shared a perplexing experience where he felt uneasy due to what he perceived as advances from Diddy. The narrative begins with Williams attending a party at Diddy's extravagant mansion, expecting a night of socializing with fellow celebrities. However, the evening took an unexpected twist when Williams observed an unusual aspect. There were no women in attendance, only men. Feeling uneasy, Williams tried to leave, but Diddy persistently pursued him, making suggestive comments and even offering a suspicious drink. Sensing the situation, Williams declined the drink and firmly expressed his lack of interest in Diddy's advances. In his own words, Williams emphasized his stance, regardless of Diddy's wealth, fame, or power. "I am not gay and I am not going to sleep with you." Eventually, Williams managed to find an exit from the party, putting the unsettling encounter behind him. His decision to disclose this experience stemmed from a desire to illuminate the darker facets of the entertainment industry and caution aspiring artists about whom they place their trust in. Williams made it clear that his concern wasn't with anyone's S, but rather with feeling harassed and pressured into something he didn't desire. He underscored the importance of respecting boundaries and emphasized the significance of consent, irrespective of gender or orientation. "I respect everyone's right to love whoever they want to love, but I also respect my right to say no thank you," Williams stated emphatically. Last but not the least, 50 Cent, who can never miss a chance to talk about Diddy. He's trolled the fallen mogul with baby oil memes and has been talking about making a documentary about his alleged accusations since earlier this year, when he posted a mock poster for a docuseries entitled "Diddy Do It?" 50 sat down with Lincoln Salazar of the Enthusiast podcast to talk about a number of topics, which of course included Diddy and his upcoming docuseries with Netflix. Salazar refers to the yet-to-be titled doc as "Diddy Do I?" as it starts to get into his questions. 50 took that as a question and comically answered, "He did it. No, he did it. He did it," as he nodded yes with a sly smile on his face. He continued by saying, "And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before." 50 added, "But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties. So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree." He then was asked by Salazar if there was a specific reason as to why the Queens rapper avoided Diddy's infamous parties. "I'm just not with all that freaky shit," he said. "Like all of the stuff he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say, basic or normal." 50 also threw a little shot at TMZ for their documentary TMZ Presents: The Downfall of Diddy that's available on Tubi. "It's a bad situation, but it hasn't happened yet," he said. "So how could you document it when it hasn't happened yet? That's forecasting." With so many celebrities stepping forward to expose Diddy and confront him about those parties, it's no wonder he's finally facing some serious consequences. After all the allegations and the shady stuff that's come to light, his arrest seems pretty justified.